All right, we're here with former Falcon Ross Gerdeman here on BGSUFalcons.com. Ross was drafted in the 35th round last summer by the Arizona Diamondbacks. Ross, why don't you go ahead and start off by explaining how you found out that you had been drafted in the 35th round and what your reaction was to going to the Diamondbacks organization.
Well, I was actually staying at my host parents' place in Columbia. I was playing summer ball there, and I woke up about an hour before I got the call. I got the call around noon saying, "Hey, taking you 35th round, you want to be a Diamondback?" And I was kind of shocked for a minute. Didn't really expect to hear a call. And then after I kind of gathered myself, I was excited to go. And said, "Yes, I'll be out there." And they told me, "Well, you'll be on a plane in a couple of days to head out here."
All right, Ross. A year ago, you would be a few days away from starting spring practice as a Falcon. Why don't you take us through what the past year of your life has been like? You spent last year, you had a 2-1 record here at BG as a reliever, 22 appearances, and then last summer as an Arizona League Diamondback, it looks like you started 7 games out of 14 appearances and had a 4-2 record.
Yeah, leading up to spring practice, I was kind of hoping if I had a good year, there's a chance I could get drafted, but I just kept working hard, doing the long toss, doing the things necessary. Coach Mitch, Coach Blank helping me out. It was kind of a little rough patch in the toll. I played Ball State and gave up about 7 runs in the inning of the third, and I thought, man, I'm done. There's no way anymore. It just kept pitching, trying to win ball games. Well, in the last few games, just started pitching really, really well. Started throwing a little harder for some reason. Then that last game against Kent in the MAC tournament, that's when I think they said I got noticed, and that was the deciding factor where I got the call. Once I got the call out to Arizona, it was it was just weird seeing everybody, the players get drafted. It's like hard to believe. It's like, man, I'm here with everybody get drafted. Seeing some old major league guys there, it's like, holy crap. But you gotta make sure you, with confidence, make sure you believe you belong there. And once they kind of got settled in, start throwing, they wanted to make me a starter, and which I was kind of happy to get back to the old starting roots. And I started pitching well, and last game of the season did me real well. The assistant GM was there watching. I threw 8 innings, gave up 1 run, and talked to me the next day and said just keep working hard. Possibly good things could happen.
All right, Ross, native of Fort Jennings, Ohio, why don't you explain to the Falcon fans why you chose BG and, sort of your experience here. You spent 3 years under Danny and,
Well, about 7 years before I was here, Craig Mankey was here. He went here. He said he loved it. Coach Mitch is a great coach. He was going to work you hard, but that's good for you, which I agree. Teach you discipline. I was a walk-on. I think Craig kind of helped me get reference to Coach Blank here, and then I went on to the tryout, and then they took me on as a team. Was very grateful. And the main thing Coach Schmitz and Coach Blank taught me about is discipline. Don't be satisfied. Just keep working hard, and, good things will happen. And, Coach Mitch always explains the Falcon way, which is doing things correctly on and off the field, and that's what I strive to do. And, with the hard work and with the help they kind of pushed me along the way, it led me to getting drafted.
All right, Ross, why don't you go ahead and talk about your teammate who also got drafted last year, John Birdie, what your relationship was like, and do you guys still stay in touch, or, sort of what type of player he is as well?
Oh, yeah, me and John, we talk quite a bit all the time, actually. It's kind of fortunate both. We came in together, as both as freshmen, same class. We kind of push each other. We always challenge each other. It's like, well, I'm going to make it to the big leagues first and all this and that, and it was just kind of helped us keep working towards something and kind of compete against each other. Even though we played 2 different positions, we still it was definitely a competition to ever see who had the better games or who worked the harder, who got the better hoot in practice. It was always kind of fun. And John, hard worker, he leaves it on his sleeve, that's for sure. He's going to give it all out every play, every time, every at-bat. And he's a great teammate to have on a guy like that, because he can that's someone you can rally around.
And you mentioned on the year before your former teammate Brennan Smith had been drafted. Do you guys stay in touch, and what is your relationship? Sort of, does he help mentor you, what it takes to make it sort of in the minor leagues?
Yeah, we talk. We were good friends in college, and it's just one of those things it's like with normal pitchers talk, it's like, oh, grips, pitching locale, it's just certain things, mechanics, and just odds and ends, how things going, how did you adjust to this and how did you do this, and he helped me out, and it's just kind of one of those processes. Now we'll keep in touch and see how things going, and hopefully he does well, and I'm sure he feels the same way.
All right, Ross, why don't you tell Falcon fans where you're going to be this spring? You were with the Arizona League Diamondbacks last year, and just sort of explain, what team and where you'll be come the spring.
Well, I'm not quite sure what team I'll be on. I mean, I'll go to spring training. Depending on my spring training, there's a couple places I could go. I mean, I'm hoping I can go up to South Bend, which is the low A team. I feel like if I do have a good spring, there's a good chance. But if not, I'll come back and I'll end up probably in Yakima, Washington, up behind the Northwest Canadian area in the Northwest League. And those are probably the two places more than likely I'll end up this year.
All right, Ross, thanks for joining us. We appreciate the time and best of luck this season.
Thank you.